Tito, I was just wondering, it looks like you guys exchanged a few words, you and Chael exchanged a few words in the cage afterwards. What did you say to him, and what did he say to you?
He asked me if he had that choke, and I said, no way. McCarthy, in the beginning, he said, make sure you protect yourself at all times, the whole little gib-gab he says before the fight, and I said, he's gonna have to break my arm off me, he's gonna have to rip my head off me before anything happens, because I'm gonna die in there before this happening. Chael had the submission. I wasn't giving up. I wasn't gonna tap. I refused to. This is my last fight. I wanted to make sure I go out and perform the way I did. That was the only words that were given back and forth, to answer your question.
And then for Chael, a lot of people were questioning that choke, the hand positioning, how tight it really was. Can you tell us, from your perspective, what was going on there? How deep was it? Why you tapped?
Oh, the choke. I was caught in, yeah, that was tight. I thought I had him in one as well. I had my legs on the wrong side, but I thought I had him in one. I asked him after, he said no, he said I was ready for it. The one I was caught in, yeah, that sucked, yeah.
So you said you have a 6-fight contract, you intend to honor that contract. Does tonight's performance, does tonight change anything for your plans?
Well, tonight's helpful for me. I've been out for 3 years, and this was a long-term play. For me, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. I need to get those minutes in, and I thought I did it in the practice room, and I had some deer in the headlights out there. Tito threw a right hand right down the middle, right off the foot. There was just some positions that, it was helpful. I hate to get stuck in those, and I hate to lose a competition, but I've got to get some minutes in. After 3 years, it's just the way that it goes. So I'll be in the practice room on Monday, and I'll use it to get better.
Questions?
Hello. Chael, just talk a little bit more about the choke, if you might, because there are people, like Steven mentioned, talking online, it didn't look that tight. Was it more of a strangle or a crank, or what were you feeling from Tito as that finish was playing out?
The choke that I tapped out in, yeah. So it was a rear naked choke. He was behind me. I was trying to fiddle around with his ankle, and I was putting pressure. And I asked him afterwards, "Hey man, was I close on that?" Yeah, I don't know. I suppose I'd have to see it. I believe he had a rear naked choke.
Tito, 20 years. I mean, I'm not going to ask you to put your career in context because you've done so much, but to leave the game as the game we know it now, it's so different than from where you started. What do you feel about or what did you do during that 20-year period to get the sport to where it is today? I mean, how should people remember your legacy in this sport, your icon status?
Well, I started in this as as an amateur, and that was with our other company, or the other company I competed with, UFC, and I'll go ahead and say their name, fuck it. As an amateur, I fought for no money. I fought for free. That was the beginning of my career. I fought for free. And all my friends said, "You're crazy." I said, "I want to compete. I want to see how good I can be in this sport." A year and a half later, I became the world champion. From a kid being on the street with parents that at the time didn't want to be parents, and to go through the stuff I went through, I'm very lucky to be where I am today. And it's from hard work and dedication that I've been able to do this dream. Tonight was a dream. Tonight seemed like a movie. It seemed like it wasn't even real. When Chael was tapping, I thought that he was trying to get my hands off. Nothing against McCarthy. I'm trying to slam my head against probably against the ground, but I was just holding on because I didn't think it was over. I thought it was still going. But it seemed like a movie. It was just weird. But this is the way a person's career should end. At the top of the world, how I feel right now, it's like I can't even talk right now because I can't even accept it. I don't even know if I want to do it. I don't even know if I want to give up. It's not even giving up, I don't think. I think I've walked away at the right time, at the right place, and I've been respected the right way. Everybody at Bellator, everybody at Spike, Scott, you guys, this is the way it should have been when I left UFC. This is the way it should have been, but everything in this world happens for a reason. Everybody, you got to understand this. No matter what ups, what downs you go through in life, everything happens for a reason. If that wouldn't have happened the way it happened with the UFC, this wouldn't have happened tonight the way it happened tonight. And I would rather happen it this way than happen in 2012. Because tonight, I'm on cloud 9. My birthday's 2 days away. And I'm very, very thankful that I was able to have my son Jacob next to me to enjoy what a champion father can be. Because I've sacrificed so much to give my children what they have. So much time away. People don't understand how much we sacrifice, how much we just suffering we do. All these other fighters, they understand it. They understand the suffering we do. But the families don't understand it. The fans don't understand it. They jump from one boat to another. But at the end of the day, all we're trying to do is just feed our family and try to give our kids what maybe we never had, what I never had, because I never had that. I never had a silver spoon in my mouth. I slept in motels. I slept in cars. I slept in trailer parks. And I don't want my children to ever see that. So over this last 20 years, I've seen a sport come from only 1,500 people in the arena to over 20,000, or 17,000?
I don't have the number.
Yeah, over 17,000 people in the arena. That's amazing to see. And I don't know how many viewers they got, but you've seen how Bellator has made a stamp tonight. We made a stamp because they pushed us fighters forward. Everybody who fought here up here tonight, we fought with our heart and soul. And I gave my heart and soul out there.
And then for Chael, it seemed like maybe Tito had the choke a little bit too long. Did you think that he held the choke for too long? And you and John were talking after the fight when you were on the stool. What were you talking with Big John McCarthy about?
Well, I mean, yeah, I tapped and he didn't let go. I'm not upset about it. I don't have any ill feelings towards him. But yes, did he hold the choke after I tapped? Sure.
And for Chael, you know, you mentioned that you really run with some killers out there in terms of your training camp. How's it for you to be a mentor to some of these individuals? Like, you know, Kevin Casey was on tonight, who was part of your team. Can you tell me a little bit about mentoring some of these guys, and maybe they could be the next Bellator star under you?
Yeah, you know, I love to participate, and if I can. If it's in the coaching room or as a training partner, or maybe to share some of my experience with some of the younger guys, I think that that's important to do, and it's really just giving back. I had a lot of guys that gave their time to me. They didn't ask anything for it, and you know, the deal on that when somebody does that for you is you take those experiences and pass them to the next guys.
And last one for Tito. What's next for you?
Enjoy my family, enjoy the time with my children. I don't know, I think I'm gonna enjoy this weekend off. I don't have to train. Doing the 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 4 days, Tuesday, Thursdays, and twice on Saturdays, I'll feel a little empty, I think, but I think enjoying my body and just letting it relax and waking up with my children in the morning, feeding them, taking them to school. Me and Amber are going to take a nap in the afternoon and then going to pick the kids up, and then they get off of school and taking them to wrestling and have a normal life. Being a fighter is not a normal life. You've got to understand that. It's not a normal life because we sacrifice so much away from our children, away from our families, away from our friends. And I think I'm just going to enjoy life for a couple months. And then, I don't know, do I work for the promotion? I'm going to do something in MMA for sure. I'm going to continue in MMA. I will be a part of MMA 100%, I guarantee you. I have so much in my big head of mine that can give back. And yes, that was a joke towards myself.
Hello, this question is for Tito. Tito, congratulations on your swan song. Happy birthday, and thank you for the memories. Seeing that Chael has a grinding wrestling style, and you've shown flashes of brilliance in your jiu-jitsu ability, did you see that as an opportunity coming into this fight? And did you work a little bit more on your submission grappling?
Yeah, I'm a wrestler. I'm a grinder. I grind. My whole career, I've been the person dominating. I made sure that I was in great cardio just to push the fight. You know, I took a page out of the Diaz brothers, and instead of doing the hard work on the concrete, I got on a bike and I mountain biked. I'd mountain bike for an hour straight, and I would push myself as hard as I possibly could. I tried to get 20 miles in an hour. I got it down to 45 minutes. And in between that 20 miles, there was 10 miles, and I get to the stairs, and I run the stairs for 15 minutes. And I was doing that 5 days a week. The jiu-jitsu side of it came on with Scott Carr and Rafael Davis. And actually, a month ago, I was working with BJ Penn of pushing the guard out of half guard to a mount. And I've always been a person that I don't like mount because guys usually buck me off. Well, we worked the position so much that it became an instant. It was when me and Scott were laughing in the back after it was all over. It was like, you got in the position, it was like, all right, crush, all right, push it. And like, I was saying you were doing an instinct, but that becomes repetition. Consistency and repetition of doing it over and over again. It felt so easy to get to that position. When I got on top and I ran a couple elbows, Chael gave his back, as all of his fights he always does, always gives his back. And as soon as I seen that palm hit the mat, boom, I got the choke. And I'm super strong. And if I can get that choke, it don't have to be under the chin. I can get it because I can crush. And like I say, my core is super strong, and I just squeezed. When he was tapping, I thought he was trying to grab my hands, but I kind of held on to it because I have I have ill will towards him. But that's just me. When someone talks about my family, someone talks about my character, I have bad will towards a person. And I've never done it like that before. But it was just something in my mind is saying, if I let go and they stop and they restart it again, I ain't gonna let this happen. But I apologize to the athletic commission for holding on a little longer, but I did hold on to it longer. I had that ill will. I felt like an animal. I felt like a lion. And this lion roared how I said I was gonna. This was my fight no matter what. This was what I was gonna do. Like I say, my jiu-jitsu prevailed. That was great.
Chael, I have a question for you down here, second row. Hey, you know, obviously you've been out of the fight game for a little bit. I am wondering, when you came back in, I kind of leaned over and I said, hey, he's going to shogun him. And in that respect, I meant go for the choke really fast while they're not, you know, while he's not slippery. Was that really a strategy in your mind to try to get in there and get a quick finish, maybe because you realized, you know, you had that deer in the headlight moment and it had actually been some time since you'd been in there?
Yeah, I think so. I wanted to get out there and get the experience. I fully expected to win this. I had great coaches and a great camp, and I got caught in a position that I couldn't get out of. But to your point, yes, I thought that a guillotine would be a good option. I work on it a lot. Tito's also had his neck bothers him. He talked about that. I thought maybe that was a good opportunity, but I couldn't get my leg on the right side. I had my hand where I wanted it. It didn't work out, and he reversed it.
How much time did you spend working out over the last 3 years? I mean, were you a guy that was in there every single day still?
I was in there every day. I would say the first 4 or 5 months of my retirement, I wasn't. I really thought, you know, I think I'm done. I think my races ran. And I changed my mind. But I mean, that was a long time ago. I've had years and years, but the speed's different. The speed is different when you're sparring as opposed to going live. And that's just a reality. And you know, I knew I needed to get some minutes in. I thought I was going to have good minutes tonight. I thought I could beat Tito. I thought I had good positions on him, and he had a good position on me, and I accept the result. It was a fair contest.
And Tito, to that point, you know, I kind of cringed when you did have your neck, and I know you were in some difficult positions for you, but you're saying you're pain-free, basically?
I don't know about pain-free. Yeah, my neck hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
And I got a little bit of tingling down to my pinky. I don't know. I think just my adrenaline right now is. I've been in pain almost half my career. All the surgeries I've had. People ask me why am I retiring. I'm sick of getting surgeries. You know, I've had 3 neck surgeries, back surgery, 3 knee surgeries, reattached retina. Yeah. I've gone through the grinder, and I could have quit. I could have walked away, as many fighters before I've always done. I want to do it the right way. And tonight, thanks to Bellator, thanks to Spike TV, thanks to Viacom, put on a huge promotion like this, the way it was tonight, in front of my hometown, in front of my family, with my son Jacob there right next to my side. It was my dream story. I was very, very thankful. Very, 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 very thankful.
Great. Well, congratulations to you, and thank you.
And for Tito, I know it's still pretty close to the fight, obviously. You have some time to think about things, and you're tiring and everything, but what do you have to do, and have you given thought to it, of what you have to do down the road to resist the urge to come back?
I don't know. I didn't even like swallow what happened tonight. All I can say is, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. I don't know. Lions always want to fight. I always want to. I don't know. I can't answer that question. I know what I wanted to do tonight, and I did it the way I wanted to do it. Bellator gave me the opportunity to let me do it the way I wanted to do it, and I respect that. If they ever need anything from me, I'm here, besides fighting.
And you said you always wanted to be a part of MMA. What kind of thoughts did you have, being a coach, commentator, what?
You know, I mean, maybe just go look for amateurs. Go look, maybe start an organization underneath Bellator and help them find other fighters and build superstars, or come aboard with Bellator and help them build superstars. I would like to do that. I mean, I have a lot of history in this sport. I mean, everything I've done with UFC, a lot of great ideas. You would look at that cage and that floor. I said a long time ago, that needs to be white. You need to make that white, make it bright because it looks amazing on camera. And they changed it, and it was great. I mean, there's so many little detailed things that I pay attention to, PR-wise, that they guys do a great job. The Brenner Company do an amazing job with the PR for Bellator. But there's always a good idea of people that I've had a lot of history in this sport. So I don't know. I'll sit back, and these guys do their great job. They do an amazing job. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna enjoy my family.
And finally, a question for Tito. You've had a lot of plaudits tonight. You did pull off a brilliant victory against Chael. I think you were the underdog, or most people thought you were the underdog in this fight. Just talk about, no one's really asked it, that while the American national anthem was being played, and you were bouncing up and down, and you'd done that walk where you touched so many hands on the way down there, what was the emotion going through you when you stepped into the fighting arena? Because you looked so intense and so emotional, and it was an amazing atmosphere, I've got to say, before you two fought in the arena, in the whole of the forum tonight. It was extraordinary. How were you feeling?
I was holding back the tears. It was so hard. I was holding them back, and then I looked over to my son, and I saw the tears in his eyes. And it was amazing just to see my child next to me. Remember when he was born, I held him. And to see him next to me, watching me in my last fight, and see the tears in his eyes, and I looked down and I go, son, I promise you, I will have my hand raised tonight. You have nothing to worry about it. He goes, okay, Dad. Go in there and kick butt. To be that little second, I wish I had a minute to just show that little part right there. Because that little part of an engagement was the best feeling. It was almost like him being born again. Seeing him come in for the first time, open his eyes, and I said, Jacob, and he looked at me. It's the most amazing feeling ever. And be able to do it, like I said, it felt like a movie. It just was weird. Everything happened the way I've been in camp. Everything happened the way I want it to happen. And I walk away and I'm happy. I'm thankful. I'm very, very thankful. I'm thankful for God. I'm thankful for all my fans. I'm thankful for all my family, my mom. I'm thankful for Amber being there for me. She's my backbone. I have 2 boys at home right now who are able to watch this. And I know Journey's gonna watch it with me because we're gonna sit down and watch it. And he's like, Dad, don't make me cry when I say boys, Ortiz boys. And it's gonna be amazing. But this is a special night for me. And I'm thankful that I was able to share with everybody. And I was very thankful that Spike was able to share with the millions of people across the world. I gave my heart and soul to the sport like no other.
All right, we're going to take 1 or 2 more questions. We'll start with Steven in the back.
Chael, you said you need the ring time. You need to get some more experience under your belt, more training. Do you still want Vanderlei Silva next?
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't want to use this as a platform to get something going with Vanderlei. This is Tito's night. It's his birthday, and he retired, and he won fair and square. And I was completely ready for the contest. I had great coaches, great training, and I don't think I was too small. Tito thought I was too small for him. I don't think I was too small. I think that he got a position. I think he won the position. As far as Vanderlei goes, yeah, that's. I'm gonna fight Vanderlei the next time I see Vanderlei. But again, I'm the loser tonight. I'm not here to promote anything, man. This is Tito's night, and it's tough. Coming to a press conference when you lose is tough, but it's protocol, and we all follow different codes. And I will say whatever I want before a fight, but by God, I will walk out there and answer for it. And if it doesn't go my way, I will show up at the press conference and hang my head as well. But this is Tito's night.
Just have you guys
Hey, Chael, you have something to say, Chael? I promise. Hey, Chael, you have something to say, Chael?
Happy birthday. I thought I said it. Happy birthday.
You're going to leave it at that?
I'm going to leave it at that. Tito won.
All right, guys. I'll give you a chance, dude.